out, we are demoing a new pump. This is one that runs off of a skidster, a high flow, not necessarily just a John Deere, but a high flow. But I do want to thank Yellow House out of Wichita Falls, Texas, for showing us some love and getting us this very nice John Deere 331G. It's a high flow machine, and it does make a little difference. You can't run these off of a normal machine, but it does help if you have a high flow machine. But we're gonna get into all the details. Don't worry. We're just kind of first day, just trying to get everything to see how this thing works. So it is a Mud Demon. They are out of Minnesota. In case y'all saw what was on some of the live feeds, y'all saw Matt in there, some questions and stuff. But yep, they made the long trek down to Texas, and they're already thinking they brought too many clothes.
Yes.
Try it out, yeah. He's pumping. I'm not used to this stuff being this quiet. Just give it some RPMs. Got 125 feet of hose, and we're going up. I don't know, it's probably about 16, 18 foot up, I'm guessing. Maybe 20. She's clicking along now. I bet we're out. Let's go see what we got going on. May have to put a strap on this hose. We'll see. Hell, there ain't nobody up here. We're primed out. That's positive. So where's the guys? I thought they were all up there. I thought, well, I was noticing the hose kept walking off. I thought, well, that's not normal. So
yeah, that was great.
Anyway, we got Matt here with the Mud Demon, and Jared. They came down to MNKota sales, not the trolling motor.
No, we get that in.
They contacted me through my email, and we've been going back and forth for what, a couple 3 months or so, and finally got to come down to try some of this weather and Texas mud out.
I like the weather.
The weather's nice.
Yeah,
it'll spoil you. I'd like to have y'all's winter or y'all's weather, what y'all have during the summer.
Yeah.
Than ours. I'll trade you that. I won't trade you our winters, but I'll trade you our summers.
Yeah.
Guys are going up. We thought they were up there. Pumping along. I noticed my hose is coming down. I may have to get a strap, put on that hose. Do that real quick. I got it right here. Yeah, I don't want to prop too, but we'll get the meat and potatoes of this machine. So far, I'm fairly impressed. Fairly impressed with it. Didn't know what to expect. Now the the pump itself is made by Schwing. It's based off of the 305 model. So, you know, that's nothing we're not new with. I am new to seeing a Schwing with a S tube, but as far as pump goes, we know the pump, what the pump will do. So it's being powered by that skidster. So like I said, I want to thank Yellow House for providing us a skidster for this week to try this thing out. Yeah, that's something I'm not used to, is how quiet, because the loader's back there behind the skidster. I never, exactly.
When there's nothing in it, it's just whipping.
They're telling me they can unload 10 yards in 20 minutes. Let's go upstairs and see what kind of stream we've got going on. Is it okay? Is the mud okay? Nothing like being on a machine on your own project. It hasn't really hit the line yet.
Oh yeah, I tried to Google it. I couldn't even hardly find nothing on it.
He's got one short on YouTube.
Yeah. So, are you about to buy that machine?
No. They just need to go somewhere where they could work it, because they're in Minnesota and they don't pour concrete this time of year, basically. So they see my YouTube channel. They got in contact with me and want to bring it down here and do a little video and you know, use it. So yeah, this is another Bondo project, full of, they foamed everything. Looks good. Big stout I-beams. Got this port here. He said it's going to go on around the corner. They got a bunch of utilities they got to do over there yet before they can put that part on. So we'll be back to pour that. But it's pretty cool. Got a 5-inch S tube. Got a 4-inch outlet. Got a 4 to 30 reducer, and we're using pretty sandy, but it's a 1-inch. definitely taking it. Like I said, for the pump kit is built by Schwing, but the mats come up with a design to put the skid steer on this side or that side, and all the accessory stuff, that's all built by the MNKota, which I'll post a link to the Mud Demon on. They do have one YouTube video, a little short. Did you get it up? Alright, so I got Matt and Jared here with MNKota. Is that right?
MNKota Sales.
MNKota Sales with the Mud Demon. This is the product they brought to us to Texas to demo and let us get an opinion about it and kind of shake it down and see what it's about. And so far I've been pretty impressed, but I'm gonna let them talk to y'all about what we have, what's going on, and the things like that. So
yeah, so what we got here is a L305 Mud Demon line pump, skid steer mounted, obviously. Now this is, other skid steer pumps are more of a grout pump than a concrete pump, right? Can't handle aggregate, things like that. So this pump will put out up to 30 yards per hour at a full size 3/4 inch aggregate. It's got a Schwing 305 pump is the guts of the pump itself. It's full of remote control. Yeah, it uses Schwing hydraulic main control valve, so everything is able to be overridden and run manually in the case of any electrical issues that may arise. Big reliability component there. So this is made, so we got a quick attach plate for the skidder on both sides of the machine here, so you can pick this thing from either way and really position the hopper exactly where you need it, get anywhere you want to go. We do also have the ability to set it down where you want it and detach the machine and operate it from close proximity in a different position.
if you were to say you had maybe 10-foot extension lines, other than fluid volume, it's not going to mess with anything. If you were to,
The only thing that we would see is if you're pumping really dry mix to where it wants to start pushing the hose,
it might take it down to the hoses.
It may walk a little bit, especially on hard ground.
Right.
So you'd have to keep an eye on that.
Okay.
But if it was,
that's the pump itself.
If it was in soft ground, it would just
kinda
sit and kind of stay there.
Yeah.
But if it was on hard concrete and it was doing it, it would probably kind of swivel back and forth as the hoses would push it, basically.
And the reason I asked that question, say you got on a I don't know if you call it a high trailer, what this style of gooseneck trailer is, but they have
It's a deck over.
A deck
Yeah.
over, but they do have low boy trailers. So if you could, if you want to keep everything on the trailer, you could push the pump to the back of the trailer and then back the skid steer up and have hoses.
If you wanted to keep it on the trailer, you could just chain this to the trailer and just run the skid steer off of it.
Right.
So if you had a low deck trailer, you could have this sitting on the low portion of it so the truck could leave it on
it.
And you know, we're using a lot larger machine than what's needed for this. This only weighs 2,100 pounds. So your 75 horse machines would run it no problem.
Yeah. So. It's a fluid volume.
So your high flow at 30 gallons a minute, it will give you 30 yards an hour. If you have a standard flow machine, then you would get 19 to 20 yards per hour.
Yeah.
So,
but even on the jobs we've done so far, we've ran it. Did you say half the capacity?
Right.
Or?
So the first job we did was a 1-inch aggregate. We started off with full capacity, and we ended up having to stop. They had 6 guys on hand, a crew running. 5-10 minutes into it, we had to stop, let them catch up. Then we slowed down to 75% to try to see, and then we ended up going down to 50% on that job. Yesterday's job was at 50-60%, and today was at 65-70.
Right.
Today they had a lot bigger space to run.
So we had a little bit more hose on today, but it's still I couldn't tell by listening to the motor on the skid steer or anything that there was much.
Skid steer does the skid steer motor doesn't bog down at all.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no. The only thing you see is the pressure go up and down on how dry the mud is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
The last batch today, the last truck was really dry.
And we were needing to push it pretty dry anyway for the circumstances they had going on with the plant.
Right.
Adding retarder to the winter blend.
Right.
But we have the S tube inside is a 5-inch S tube.
Yep.
5-inch mud cups.
Cylinders, yeah.
S tube is a 5 to 4 coming out, and then we use 4 to 3 90 off the end, so you go with 3-inch hose right off of that. We run a 3-inch hose. You know, there's guys that do the 2.5, they would have to use the long reducers.
And I think there was a question in the comments about using, maybe he was asking 2.5-inch hose, which I thought was odd for shotcrete. Yes.
Right.
Is that normal? I'm used to seeing 2-inch hose with shotcrete.
Right.
There's some guys that run 2.5 with shotcrete.
I'm not a shotcrete guy, so I couldn't tell you. So this is a standard pressure machine. Typically, shotcrete runs a little higher pressure. So we'd have to try it.
It's a little drier material.
Right. Right.
But there are.
I can't imagine it wouldn't be much drier than what today's was.
Yeah.
The end of it was.
Yeah.
I mean, there for a while I was pulling it out of the truck with a hoe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you'll see that in the video. That one will be coming up. But there is plans to retrofit the 301 pump next, right?
And that's a high pressure rock valve pump.
That swings version of a shotcrete machine. Right. So it still had the short stroke. They keeping the short strokes because of the width of the apparatus. This is keep it on the trailer and keep it within DOT regulations, right, as far as that goes. Right now, leave questions and comments. I mean, they'll see the video and be able to answer them themselves if I'm not able to.
Yeah.
But
the biggest difference really is the grout that it can handle. Schwing claims that it'll do 3/4 inch, full 3/4 inch rock, or mixed 1.25 inch. So if it's blended material, 1.25 inch is fine. Like yesterday was a blended material. 1 inch was about what was in there, and it was fine.
Yep.
You know, that's. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were watching the pressure today. It was carrying a little more pressure today, but obviously today was a pretty good test. It was a higher or a lower slump mud, I guess you would say. Yeah. And we put 150 foot of hose on also. Right. So it seemed to handle it just fine. Like I said, I couldn't tell the machine if it had any stress at all on the motor of it.
On the skid steer, there was nothing. It ran at 2,000 to 2,200 most of the time.
So yeah.
Yesterday it was 1,800.
Yeah.
So.
But today was a good test. I was pretty happy. All 3 days have been good tests. Really, yesterday was kind of easy, but the first day, first right out of the bag, we're going 18 feet up, and then
18 feet in elevation, and
the 1 inch rock
and coarse material.
Yep.
Our biggest thing is the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
Right.
Everybody can overcomplicate it. It's really hard to keep it simple. For this, you provide a 12 volt power. Whether if it's on a quick connector on here, we were using just cigarette lighter inside the machine. Connect your hydraulics to it. Doesn't matter standard flow, or high flow. It'll still pump, right? This machine will run on a lot smaller machine, and a lot of people already have that machine.
Right.
So when they're not pumping, they could still be doing their dirt work. They could do snow removal, in the winter times. So if that's what it is.
And it's very versatile. I've seen that part of it. So you'll see in the videos what we were able to do the machine to get it off the road, and some of these neighborhoods we're in, there's not a lot of space. So you get neighbors getting kind of pissy with us about taking up room in front of their house and things like that. But you're not going to take up a lot of space with this. So compared to everything else, you will have a trailer to have to do something with, but. You can get in tight spots. As long as a concrete truck can get to you, then you're in good shape with that.
And that's one of the benefits of this is the hopper is actually lower than a standard trailer pump. So they can add another chute on to reach a little further away than what you normally would.
Right. Well, like I said, leave questions in their comments in there, and then they'll be up for discussion. And we're going to try to do a live maybe Thursday night and see if we can't get some attention that way and get guys intermixing with us on the comments and questions and talking about this machine. So this is different from ones you've seen in the past that go on the skid steers. Let's fix a Bobcat. Bobcat did make one. I think they still do make one, but
still offer it, yes.
It's quite a bit different than how this is. This is, like I said, this is a tried and true company, which being Schwing, that makes the line pumps, and so having that backing is pretty big.
Right.
So to be able to have that pump. So I want to thank Jeff Drysdale for helping us out with Yellow House out of Wichita Falls, Texas. They got places in Texas, Oklahoma. I'll leave a link in the description where y'all can look them up. A lot of the equipment you've seen in some of my videos have been John Deere, has been through them. So I give Jeff a phone call and he made this happen. He helped us get us a nice machine to run this and to make this a successful trip for these guys. So I want to thank him very much for doing that, and thank Yellow House for the machinery. Y'all get a chance, go check them out, go to their website. Maybe they got a piece of equipment that y'all can use, or maybe y'all can go buy y'all new John Deere skid steer to run y'all's new Mud Demon. So but anyway, all right, we'll haul at y'all a little bit.